So strike, good pitch there from Chelsea. For those of you who don't know, the Danish national team head coach is Kevin Stockford, who is currently the GB men's #1 catcher. He's been with the GB men since 2008, and he's got wealth of experience, originally from New Zealand. And he'll be off to Saskatoon, Canada in a couple of weeks as the GB men play in the ISF Worlds. And he'll be joined by his brother, Nopera Stockford. So probably the first brother combination to represent the GB men. And called strike. Batters out there to end the top of the first. So after half an inning, Denmark is up 1-0. So this is the bronze medal game between Denmark and Stuttgart. After this, we'll follow the gold medal game, which is going to be between the London Angels, coached by Robbie Robeson, and the GB Select team, coached by my colleague here, Rachel. So, Rachel, what do you think your chances are for the finals? Considering you just beat the Angels 13-1, I think the Angels were secured of a spot in the finals and probably were just out there giving everyone an opportunity to get some action and relaxing. So what do you think your chances are?
I like to think we've got a really good chance. They've got a few more to bring into the lineup, but you know, we played really well in that game. We were nice and aggressive with the bat. We've got hitters 1 through 9 and pretty secure in all spots. So yeah, I'd like to think that we can take it to them again. I think the final will be a much closer game, which is exciting. That's what we want. It's good for softball. But yeah, I'm confident.
Excellent. It's good to hear. All right, so starting the bottom of the first for Germany is Tenley Getschmann, number 13. So the GB Select team, Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, it has been made up of GB women, under 19s, and also under 16s, so that's quite unique.
Yeah, we've got a mix of all 3 age groups. A couple of under 16s who are also travelling with the under 19s this summer to the World Championships, so it's a really good opportunity for them to play against some good competition. And we've got a couple of our senior women who've come in to play as well, and it's great for them to be here contributing to sport in this country as well, even though they playing professionally in other parts of Europe.
That's great. So Tenley grounded out to third base. Sabrina Nihoi, who threw over to Trina Hillhouse at first for the out. So 1 out, bottom of 1. There's a foul ball. So up at bat right now is Shannon Nam, who is, by all accounts from what Rachel's telling me, a very good hitter. So this would be one to watch out for here. Yeah, I think the Danish pitcher realizes we got a strong batter here, so she's trying not to throw anything too good. Obviously, you don't want anything down the middle of the plate. Looked like a change up there. Caught Shannon off guard. Can pull off here. Oh, a line drive. Center field, caught. Great grab out there. So Stuttgart, despite being 3-1, was a bit unfortunate not to be in the finals. They felt a bit hard done by, but that's softball, isn't it, Rachel? I know GB Select beat the Angels 13-1. Had the Angels won that, Stuttgart would have been in the finals, but that's just the way the ball rolls.
Absolutely, it's just the luck of the draw, really. It's I suppose sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you.
Well, there's a ball to the third batter for Stuttgart, which is Hope Cornell. Yeah, I know Stuttgart weren't happy about the way the Angels played that last game, but I think that's to be expected. The Angels wanted to rest a few players, and that's just the way the cookies crumbled. There is a shot to the fence, bounces over the temporary fence, so ground rule double for Hope Cornell. That brings Nadia Manske to the plate. Wow, typical American style softball, baseball teams with the chants going on. I'm not sure if everyone can hear that back home, but that's just the way they do it to keep everyone energized. Ooh, that inside pitch, battered in like that, but good enough for the umpire to call a strike. Oop, soft grounder, back to the pitcher. First for the out. 3 outs, so end of the first inning, and it's 1-0 for Denmark. So Rachel, what are your plans for the finals? Who's going to be your starting pitcher?
Oh, that might be giving things away. No, we're gonna throw Carling, our GB women's pitcher. Amy Hutch, our under-19s pitcher, she threw all day yesterday, so it's nice for her to get out of them off the mound and into the field as well. And we'll definitely throw Carling.
All right, and the Angels. I'm not sure who they're going to start, but I'm sure Robbie Robison's got a few tricks up his sleeve. He always does. You can't trust that guy. It's been a fantastic weekend in terms of weather. There's always a clown at the field, and his name right now is Henrik Brask. So Henrik, who is the assistant coach for the Danish national team, has pitched for the Danish men's team in the past, and he's also played for the London Meteors the last 2 years at the Zeist tournament in Holland. London Meteors men team has just returned from that, finished third behind the Danish and the Dutch national team. So it was a good showing from them. And a couple of GB men got some valuable game time against top quality competition before the Worlds, and a couple of under-19s as well. So everything's looking good for the GB program this year. We hope to get some good results. Well, Chelsea Hawks throwing a rise ball there. Outside. Whoa, great shot up the middle. That's gone to the fence. Definitely two-base hit. Standing up at second base. So no outs, runner on second. Denmark is looking good here for the moment. Hope to extend the lead beyond 1-0 at the moment. Well, that looked pretty good, but obviously a bit too inside for umpire Jana McCaskill, who hails from Perth, Australia, but currently lives in Edinburgh. There's a bunt, foul ball. Unfortunately there for the Danish player, who wants to advance that runner to third, hope to get a sac fly. So Julie Manberg at the plate with Mathilde Nielsen on second base after that double to the fence. There's pop fly, foul ball actually. So Rachel, I guess you'll have to take off at some point, get the team warmed up. So what kind of preparations do you get the team to go through mentally or physically? What do you like your girls to do?
We like to try and keep it quite loose, make sure that they're all physically loose, but also just have a bit of fun, get warmed up, normal sort of stuff.
Well, there's Julie with a single up the middle, scoring Mathilde. So it's 2-0 at the moment for Denmark. Chelsea Hawks has been having trouble finding the corner, so it's forced to come down the middle of the plate, and Denmark's taking advantage of those pitches. So at the plate now is Anna Williamson. Kevin Stockford, better known as Sticky on the GB men, has called a timeout and is going to get a pinch runner in for Julie. So it's 2-0, no out, top of the second for Denmark at the moment. Runner on one. So Anna Williamson at the plate now. It's an obvious bunt situation here, but that ball was a bit high. Still couldn't get the ball down, but the main thing is she didn't pop up. So there's a bunt, third base, over to one for the out. So there we go, one out, runner on second. So the pinch runner is Pernille Mayland, who has now advanced to second on that bunt. First pitch is strike to Evie Craig. It's ground ball to shortstop. Bobbles it a bit, makes the play over the first, but the ball was a bit low for the first baseman. Almost looked like a bit of interference on shortstop there, but no call. Play stands. It's now 3-0 for Denmark. So Evie Craig's on first base now. Rebecca Wolf at the plate. Oh, beautiful bunt. Fantastic bunt. Nobody was on third there. Evie Craig thought about sneaking over to third, but left fielder came in to cover that, so we got runners on first and second. So is this typical of Denmark's strategy, Rachel, what you've seen against them bunting?
Yeah, they played a short game against us yesterday as well. So, but they also have some power in their lineup too.
So we got one out, runners on first and second. And Sabrina up at bat again.
Runners on first and second.
Yep. Sabrina hits one to second, makes the tag on the runner going from first to second. Sabrina beats that one out at first. So there's 2 outs now.
Runners out.
Christina Nielsen coming to the plate. So it was a good play by second base there. But unfortunately, they couldn't make that out at first. Sabrina beat that one out. Ooh. Evie Craig standing on third base there. Almost got hit by that, but main thing is for the runners there, if you're on third base, stay in foul territory so you don't interfere with the ball. I'm sure those are one of the basics you teach your players, Rachel.
Absolutely. Always stay on the outside. Although sometimes in the heat of the moment, you never know. People still get hit.
True. Yep. Anyway, while that was going on, Sabrina stole second base, so we now have runners on second and third with 2 outs. Great pitch on the outside corner there. Christina Nielsen couldn't quite reach that.
Second and third.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter here, 2 outs. So full count to the batter now. Runners on second and third. Runners will be staying put for the moment. Unless Kevin Stockford's got some trick up his sleeve, but I doubt that at 3-0 at this stage. There's a slap down to short. Oh, tough throw there. First baseman couldn't reach that. Shortstop tried to rush that, I think, a bit, Rachel.
Yeah, definitely. I think quite a speedy run on first, heading to first. So, yeah, under pressure, bad throw. First baseman probably should have had it, but that's life.
Yeah, so that brought in 2 runners. It's now 5-0 for Denmark. At bat is Trine Hillhouse. Chelsea Hawks is throwing a good game. A couple of hits off her, but a couple of errors that cost them. I think Denmark deserved to be up, but I'm not sure about 5-0.
Yeah, it's a bit of a blowout at this point, which is a shame. I hope the Stuttgart team come back into it. They certainly have a strong batting lineup, so this game isn't over yet.
Yeah, well, it's still early, so we'll see how things get on. For Stuttgart after this, that's only the top of the second, as you say. Trina is battling in there. Chelsea's trying to blow it past her, but I think we've got a mix of experience at the plate and youth on the mound. So this will be an interesting result. See how we get on. I'm sure Denmark would like to get another run, extend that lead even further. That's going to be a tough one. Shortstop again. Out at first. So 3 outs. It's now 5-0 going into the bottom of the second. So we're in day 2 of the London Cup fast pitch tournament here at Farnham Park, just north of Slough. Farnham Park are the national softball facilities for the British Softball Federation. There's 2 softball fields here, for those of you who don't know, and there's also a baseball diamond on the other side. Money from BSUK helped put these diamonds together, and it's about time that we've got facilities like this. We've always managed to play in make-up fields all over London or the UK, so now we have some purpose-built fields, which really makes it exciting for softball in this country. And thanks to people like Stan Doney for keeping the fast pitch league going over the years, we now have proper facilities that league can play in. So GB teams are getting stronger. Everyone's getting more experience, and I think, Rachel, you've seen the benefit of that.
Oh, without a doubt. It's so much nicer playing here where, you know, it replicates what we were playing when we go and play internationally rather than playing in a park somewhere where it's rough and the balls bounce awkwardly and we don't have fences. It's much more fun. It's much more fun playing here.
That's right. So just for those of you who don't know, Rachel's taken the under-19 GB girls to Oklahoma for the ISF World Championships. So this tournament is perfect preparation for those girls that are on the GB select team that she's coaching this weekend. There's also a handful of GB women's team players who are on that GB select team also, and they're playing at the European Championships in Holland this summer. And I think you have 1 or 2 under-16s, is that right?
We've got 2 who are going to going away to the under-16s, and then the next couple of weeks their tournament's the end of this month, so they're really sort of starting to hit fine form now.
Ooh. Hit by pitcher there, Vanessa Sulke. Advances to 1. So it brings Regina Leicht to the plate. So we got no out. Runner on 1. It'd be interesting to see how Stuttgart plays this, especially as it's 5-0 to Denmark. You'd be tempted to swing away and try and get a lot of runs, but you know, you got to battle your way back slowly.
Yeah, mate, it's still so early in the game. I think I'd still play a normal sort of get a run on the board, build a bit of confidence. I don't think they need to be swinging away just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You think you'd want to try and get a runner on base, try to make it interesting, advance the runners, put a bit of pressure on regardless how many runs Denmark are up in front. There's a change up, bit outside. Whoop. Throw from the catcher down the 1. Runner safe. A little bit casual getting back, but I don't think there was any danger of getting thrown out. There's a walk. So that's interesting, putting a bit of pressure on now, actually, with runners on first and second, no outs. At the plate is Colleen Fenton. There's a shot into right field. Wow, what a shoestring catch there by the right fielder. Throws it into the catcher, advancing the runner to third base. So we have first and third with 1 out. That was a great catch out there. On the run, got it on the toes. So Kevin Stockford is actually going to appeal the runner, whether they left early or not, on this fly ball. So umpires are just going to consult. Kevin Stockford's quite a controversial player and manager, some would say. But my experience, Kevin's a very nice gentleman. This is going to be interesting here. We don't have the benefit of video replay, or do we, Trevor? I'm not sure. But runner is out. So very interesting. I thought the runner actually did get there a bit early myself. I don't know about you, Rachel.
I was watching the catch. I wasn't paying attention to that. Sorry.
Yeah, I could just see out of the corner of my good eye that she may have left early. So, instead of being first and third with 1 out, we now have a runner on first with 2 out, and Cosette Puckett is at the plate. Throw down the 1, runner safely back at first. So that was a missed opportunity, I think, Rachel, for Stuttgart. I mean, the catcher out in right field made a great grab. Could have been anything. Could have got by her, been to the fence, scored 2 runs, maybe 3, and to be right back in it. But as it is now, they're still 5-0 down.
Yeah, it's a silly mistake because even if she had caught it, she had so much time to get to third that I don't think the arm on the right fielder would have made that.
Ground ball to first base. Trine bobbled that. Runner safe at first and second. So yeah, Rachel, I think as you were saying, that runner in second base made a bad mistake there because the fielder in right field on the run would have been impossible for her to make that throw to third. As it is, she threw it home anyway, so the runner at second had plenty of time to get to third. In the end, she was out for leaving early, so let's see what Stuttgart can do here. Jinhee Oh at the plate. That's 2 out, runners on first and second. Swing and a miss. That was a bit high. I think she's just chasing. But good plan on the pitcher, wasting a few. Don't want to give them too many good pitches. Obviously, she's been hit a few times this inning, so she wants to mix it up a bit. I'm sure with the coaching duo of Kevin Stockford and Henrik Brask, Kevin being a catcher, Henrik a pitcher, they really work the battery here for the Danish women's team. And there's a strike. So we're going to have 2 strikes on the batter, 2 balls. Yeah, full count, 2 out. So runners will be on the move here. Rachel, what do you think? Aggressive running or not?
Oh, please be aggressive running. It's always more fun to watch.
There's a foul ball, so it's still full count. First and second. Yeah, sometimes, runners think even though it's full count, 2 outs, runners first and second, they might not be aggressive, and they end up getting out at the next base anyway. So, yeah, you have to be aggressive in this situation, especially if you're down 5-0. And there's strike 3. Jinhee Oh is out. Yeah, Rachel, so you said that costly mistake there. I think, yeah, we say it's 5-0 actually, and they had runners on first and second.
Yeah, they'd have scored then. If she hadn't been called out leaving base early, she'd have been on 3 the next hit when there was that confusion at first. She'd have scored. They'd have a run on the board. That wouldn't have been the K, and they'd still have runners on. That was a really big mistake for them at this point in the game.
Right, so we have 2 complete innings here, and the score's 5-0 for Denmark. It's a great day out here in Farnham Park, Rachel. I think you'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we've been blessed this weekend. It's not too hot, not cold. It's lovely.
Everyone and their dogs, including the 2 dogs sitting in front of us, are here. So we'll have to tend with the rowdy crowds in front of us here. Standing room only by the looks of it, going around the fence. A few people brought their beer chairs with them, but I think most people prefer to stand and watch. So at the plate now is Alexandra Angelo. There's a strike and a miss on that swing. I think Denmark looking to be aggressive here, keep piling on the runs. I think, Rachel, in your experience, it's always difficult to motivate the team to keep plugging away and keep putting the pressure on, because some teams tend to take the foot off the pedal and, you know, let the other team get back in it.
Yeah, definitely. A 5-0 isn't a huge lead early in the game anyway. All it takes is a string of good hits. These fences are short, ball over, that's it, and the game's back on. It's, it is one of those things when you're in front. It's sometimes is hard to keep going, but they've still got a good hour to play, so they need to keep pushing hard.
So there's a ground ball down the third there on that play. Good throw over to first for the first out, bringing Mathilde Nielsen to the plate. Mathilde, one out to center field, right at her. 2 outs. Easy peasy. So now at the plate is Julie Manberg. 2 outs. So I'm not sure this is what Kevin or Henrik had in mind. 2 outs, first 2 batters. They wanted to keep things going, get some more runs, but it's not happening. I guess, Rachel, your team will be starting to get ready now. Is that it?
Yeah, they're just about ready to go for a run and get themselves loose. So they're well drilled though, so they know what they're doing.
Well, that's a good thing. You don't have to keep an eye on them all the time. Just tell them once and they'll do it. There's one down the line, foul. That could have been trouble. Could have been anything from a double to an inside the park home run if you got a speed plate here. A special guest, me on my left, Eric Jansen. Say hello, Eric.
Well, hello there. And a fine game we're having here of baseball. I'm sorry, beg your pardon, softball.
All right.
But actually, interesting enough, I was actually speaking to the second baseman for Stuttgart, Hope Cornell, as we see the third out there. And she was going on, she's American, living in Stuttgart. And it is a growing sport in Germany right now. It's more people get involved, not just the expats. More and more Germans are actually getting involved with the sport, and which is a good thing. It's always a good thing to see any European nation embrace this wonderful sport of fast pace.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Eric. Good to see you again. It's been a while. I think the last time I saw you was when we had opening day here at Farnham Park a couple of years ago, wasn't it? So
2013.
2013. So, what are your impressions of the facilities since that time? I don't think you've been back since, have you?
I've been a few times,
You have.
and it's a thing, the old cliche, which a lot of people think it's a little overdone. But if you build it, they will come, and people have come, and this could only be a good thing for baseball in this region, or let alone the whole nation.
Yeah. And softball, Eric.
Softball,
I know you're tripped out on this baseball thing. I know it goes back to our Channel 5 days, but that's all right.
It's the only good thing for ice hockey.
Yeah. We just need to build an ice hockey rink in the fields behind us here, and we'll be perfect. I think I'd be a happy man. So, here we are. Bottom of the third for Stuttgart. Tenley Getchman at the plate. First pitch is a ball low. Stuttgart want to be getting back into this. They had a perfect opportunity inning before. Couldn't score any runs, but they quickly got Denmark out in that last inning, so they're hoping to do something with the top of the order here. Oh, it's just a bit outside. I think that was Eric.
I'd say that you're a sharp one. And what's been your impression of the standard of this game so far? I mean, we've seen like a country like Denmark, who is, this will be considered also a niche sport for that nation. What's your impressions?
Well, the Danish team, there's a walk to the batter. Tenley hustles down the first. Well, Denmark's coached by 2 experienced players, so I think they've been developing the women's sport, especially. The men's team has done quite well over there for many years. The women's team probably hasn't been as strong, but I think they've got a mixture of experience here, and I think that youth and experience and the coaching experience is paying off at the moment. It's 5-0. Stuttgart, relatively unknown for me, but quite a few Americans, so they'll be quite strong. There's a swing and a miss. Runner gets the second on a ball that's dropped by the catcher there. It was a low pitch anyway. I don't think the catcher would have had much of a chance on that, especially with the batter swinging. So Shannon Nam on that strike advances the runner to second. So perfect opportunity here. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Let's see what Stuttgart can do. Last inning they had first and second no out, couldn't score any runs. There's a foul ball. Shannon Nam still alive. Just needs to put that ball opposite field, really. Don't want to be hitting it to left field or left side of the field, because that runner will probably be held up waiting to see where the ball goes. So right field is probably best. Oh, there is a swing on a bounced pitch. Really surprised that she swung at that one, but I think she's just a bit too aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. She was a bit excited.
So runner advanced on that play anyway. So we have Hope Cornell at the plate and Tenley Gitchman on third base. And we have one out at the moment. So let's see if Stuttgart can claw their way back into this. Looks a bit like the Danish pitchers lost a bit of steam here. It's bounced a few in, last few batters, and it's been a bit high on occasion. So we'll see how she handles it the rest of the inning. There's a ball down the right field side and foul. So I think here Stuttgart really need to get a couple of runs this inning. I think one won't really do them since it's bottom of the third. They need at least two, I believe, Rachel. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, they need to start putting some runs. Oh, that's a great hit to left field there.
That's a hard single over the third base, just out of her reach. Scores the runner, Tenley from third base. So Hope Cornell with a single there. We have Nadia Manske at the plate. So I think, the Danish pitcher there struggling a bit. Bounced a few in, a few highs. Tried to force a few pitches down the middle and got hit.
Yeah, this is definitely seems to be the innings that they need to make a move now, the Stuttgart side. They've got runners on, seem to be hitting the ball hard, and as you say, she's starting to look like she's tiring a little bit, but they do have other pitchers in this side, so...
So now just being patient up there, not like in the last inning, some of the batters swinging at a few bad pitches and not able to score the runners. So she just wants the pitcher to come to her with, there you go, a ball. So now we have first and second. And coming to the plate is Vanessa Sulka. Kevin Stockford has called a timeout and a meeting up at the mound, settle down the pitcher, talk about what's happening here and what they want to do. Still up 5-1, but only one out, so just wants to settle down the pitcher, let everyone know how they're going to play this. Important thing is get an out no matter what. They're up 5-1. Not really comfortable, especially when you got 1 2 runners on base there with 1 out. So until they can close out this inning, pressure is on the pitcher. Foul ball down third base side. So Rachel at the moment is doing her lineup for the final game, which will take place after this one. Rachel coaching the GB Select team. Looking over her shoulder, but I don't want to give the Angels any hints. There's a pass ball, and runners advance to second and third. So here is an excellent opportunity with 1 out. Single should score 2, and Stuttgart will be right back in the game, 5-3. So Vanessa just needs to line 1 out to the field there, hopefully. Ooh. Inside pitch. Just out of her reach. She couldn't get that swing and a miss. It's a high pitch there. Just got a good crowd out here for the final of the bronze game here. Quite a few of the regulars you see. Oh, there is a line drive up the middle. Runner from third scores, and second as well. There you go. And oh, bad play. Relay there. Shortstop. Second base actually dropped that, and the hitter ended up on second base now. Vanessa with a single up the middle, 2 RBIs, and advances to second on the throwing error from the outfield. Well, actually, I'm not sure how Bob Fromer's going to call that, but I think the second base dropped that, actually, so it's probably an infielder's error. There's a pop fly just over shortstop. Great catch over the shoulder. That's unfortunate for Stuttgart. First pitch swing. I'm not sure about you, Rachel, but you would think after getting 2 runs, well, 3 runs this inning, getting back in the game, you'd want to make the pitcher come to you a bit more, especially since she's been struggling.
Yeah, I don't mind hitting the first pitch, but yeah, she's struggling, and I think that if I was coaching, I'd be telling them, how many balls in a row she's been pitching, and to be really patient and to see it big and wait, let it come in the zone. So yeah, it's a shame.
So at the plate now, Colleen Fenton with Vanessa on second base, 2 outs. Single should score her here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, inside. Tough luck there. Denmark's looking for more there on that pitch. It's a ball high. So Stuttgart, some of their batters being patient, others not. And Colleen here is being a bit, and there she is, gets a walk. Excellent. First and second. Now 2 outs, so I guess the good thing here for Denmark is they got a force on any base on a ground ball. So hopefully they can close that out for their benefit, but obviously Stuttgart will want to get a single and get another run in. So at the plate right now is Cosette Puckett, the number 8 batter in the lineup. Stuttgart's going with 10 players in the lineup, but Chelsea Hawks is just pitching, and Regina is just in to hit for her. Oh, it's a foul ball. Set fouls that one off. Mathilde Nielsen on the mound for Denmark, struggling a bit, but there's a change up high. Oh, great pitch. Just a bit too much for Cassette to handle there. Ball high. So it's been a bit like this all inning, really, for the Danish pitcher. Mostly balls, and then when she's had to come down in the middle, there's been a few hits. So see if she can close this out, 2 outs. Oh, there she goes. Gets the strikeout, just what she needed.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a 3-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
All right, we're back after that short timeout. So here we are. Top of the 4th, Anna Williamson at the plate. See what Chelsea Hawks on the mound can do for Stuttgart. Check swing, but umpire Yana McCaskill calls it a strike. So Rachel, if you're the Danish team there, being up 5-0, seeing Stuttgart claw back 3 runs, what are your thoughts? How would you approach the rest of the game now? It's close.
I think they need to go back to their strategy in the first innings. They need to, start getting some runners on, perhaps go back to their short game. Their pitcher's going to get tired too. She's thrown most of this tournament, so, it's going to get harder and harder for both teams as they start to fatigue. But I think they've just got to go back to that, get some runners on, hit the ball around.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Coach Kevin Stockford has mentioned before, is that the Danish team doesn't have a strong pitching domestically, so they've come here for the experience to face strong pitching. So the pitchers they do have on their team themselves probably will tire out, since they probably do the bulk of the work during this tournament, and also back home in the domestic league. There is a shot out to right field. Out. Right fielder was playing that one quite short. And there we got 1 out. So that brings Evie Craig to the mound. Or sorry, to the plate. So top of the 4th, 5-3 for Denmark, 1 out with Evie Craig at the plate. So Rachel, your game is due to start at 3 o'clock, sorry. And I guess a day like today, you have to keep the team motivated and stick to a schedule. So, what are your thoughts on how early you like your team to warm up and get ready before a game?
It sometimes depends. We generally need sort of an hour and 15, but official tournaments you've got to be by the dugout within 20 minutes of the game start, so you have to start even earlier. So usually when we travel, we aim to be to be going around about 2 hours before game time. So that in itself is hard. 2 hours before a game plus a 2 hour plus game. That mental toughness really starts to come into it. Plus where we're going this summer, it's going to be hot. So hydration, all those things are going to play a big part.
Yeah, that would be a big issue. I guess today is good preparation. Not sure the exact temperature. While we're talking there was a ground ball out from third base over to one. Foul ball, bunt attempt here by the batter, Rebecca Wolf. Yes, so you'll be traveling to Oklahoma, and I guess what are your thoughts on the GB chances there? Or what are you expecting really out of that trip?
Oh, look, I think we're just super excited to be going. What we're expecting, last time we finished 9th, we want to finish top 10 again. We're in a nice pool. We play Nigeria, Ecuador, China and Japan. So we definitely like our chances in 2 to 3 of those 4 games. Obviously the Japanese are the best in the world. It'd be nice to think that we could, but I think we're just going to enjoy that experience. We don't get to play against the best in the world very often, so it's pretty exciting. I think just to do GB proud, go out there, do our best. That's all we can ever do. And Liz and I are both really confident, along with the rest of the coaching staff, that we will do well.
There's a bunt attempt with 2 outs. Runner is out, so that's 3 up, 3 down. Denmark hasn't been able to pile on any more runs here, so they're just letting Stuttgart back into the game, which is not what Coach Kevin Stockford or Henrik Brask wanted. So we're going into the bottom of the 4th. Yeah. So, Rachel, yeah, Oklahoma, I guess that is softball city in America, isn't it?
It is definitely, and they've got a new facility. We've just seen it all on the telly last week with the College World Series on, so it's looking really exciting. I've played there before, and it is a beautiful facility to play in. And as you say, it's the home of softball, so it's like it's the closest we get to being professional athletes at the moment until the game gets back in the Olympics. That's sort of the best of the best, so everyone's really excited.
And your first game is August the 5th or August the 4th, I believe your manager Simon managed to tell me.
We travel on August the 4th.
You travel on August the 4th? That's what it is, all right. Okay, yeah, you looked a bit worried there. Yeah, you're going to miss your first game, but... So here we are, bottom of the 4th, Stuttgart, hoping to pile on some runs here. The umpire at the plate, Jana McCaskill, as I mentioned before, from Perth, Australia. First base umpire is Raymond Peterson from Sweden. Third base umpire, Patrick Nekle from Switzerland. So as you can see here, we've got a lot of teams from all over Europe and umpires as well, so it's really handy to have that. What's important for softball here in this country is that we get tournaments like this happening on a yearly basis so that we can get more teams coming over, get the exposure, get those teams going, get more participation here in this country, and I think that will help teams like the GB women's program and the GB men's program. Rachel, I think over the years you've probably seen an influx of youth British-born players as well.
No, it's really exciting to see so many British-based kids who are playing softball. Often where they've got no softball background, and then obviously we've got some now who are coming through because of expat parents who have played baseball or softball in other countries. So it's nice to see the game grow.
So the first batter for Stuttgart was Jinhee Ho with a walk. So Stuttgart is starting to pile on some pressure. We have Tinley Getchman at the plate. It's a foul ball. Surprised about that, actually. I thought they'd be bunting in this situation.
Yeah, you would have thought, only being down by 2 runs, you would have thought they would actually play that short game, but maybe they have other plans. They know their order and what they've got coming up.
There's a line drive straight to shortstop. Runner's back in time at first. That's unfortunate there. Tenley hit a solid ball there straight at the shortstop. That brings Shannon Nam to the plate. So there you go. Line drive. If you bunt that runner over, you got a runner in scoring position, and Stuttgart's decided to go swinging.
Yeah, mind you, yesterday this hitter put the ball over the fence, so...
And as soon as you say that, Nat, she's hit one out to left field, not quite deep enough. And again, Stuttgart's got a runner on first with no outs, and that runner's not advanced. Looking at 2 outs here with Hope Cornell. Yes, those outs weren't very good outs. If you're a coach, you want to see some good plays by the opposite team, but when you're hitting it right at them, fly ball, line drive, not bunting the runners around, that's not good. Whether there was any missed signals there or not, I'm not sure, but I'm sure that that's something that really bothers a coach.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really cheap out. Put the ball in the field and get the runners round, advance them at least. She's been sitting there for 2 hitters now and hasn't gone anywhere. It's such a waste of an opportunity. She could be at 3 by now if those balls had gone flat. Never underestimate the power of a ground ball and good team hitting.
Yeah. Oh, pass ball. Catcher dropped that one. So Jinhee advances to second base there. So I think with the number 3 batter here, strong batter, hopefully she get a single and score that runner. They'll be fortunate to get her in. Ooh, that was looked like a good pitch from where we're sitting. But umpire Yana McCaskill didn't like that, and Hope has ended up with a base on balls. So now batting Nadia Manske. Bottom of 4, 5-3 for Denmark, 2 out, runners on first and second for Stuttgart. Yep. Obviously not to Nadia's liking there, that one, but I think everyone else in the park wanted to hit that one.
Absolutely, it was right down the middle.
But I think Nadia is obviously wanting more. There's a bounced pitch. Both runners advancing second and third. Now here is a fantastic opportunity for Stuttgart. Single should score 2. Depending on how quick that runner is at second. Perfect pressure situation for the Danish team as they prepare for the Euros coming up. So, great pitch, inside corner strike. I think Nadia, the batter here, is looking for one right down the middle. Somewhere. Didn't like that inside pitch. Oh, foul ball. Hit the batter, bounced back up there. So, she comes back. So this is the kind of situation that Coach Kevin Stockford, Denmark, was talking about, that they want to get into some pressure situations and get the experience as they travel on to the Euros later this summer. Nadia, unfortunately, thought that was ball 4, but it's not. So full count, 2 out, runners on second and third. Ooh, there's a, yeah, a little bit high, but close enough to the strike zone. I think he can't take any chances and not let that go by.
Not with strike 2, no. Got to make a big zone then.
Guess the main thing is when you got 2 strikes on you, situation like this, you got to really get bat to ball no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. And ground balls all, because that's what happens. That's going to score 2 on an error straight through the legs of second base. She's going to get to oh, yeah, she'd get to 3 on that. Get down, yeah, safe at 3 through what should have been a routine out.
There you go, Rachel, just as you speak. Simple ground ball to second base, right through the legs, scores both runners. Tie game now, 5-all. Timeout is called. So Vanessa, it's okay. At the plate, runner on third, 2 outs, 5-all. Bottom of 4. So this is not what Denmark wanted. Unfortunate this has had to happen. And I think Denmark is probably hoping that their bats will be strong enough to get some more runs, but they've not done that, unfortunately. And there is a shot in the gap. Center fielder gets over. Great catch. 3 out. So Stuttgart's battled back in this game. It's now 5-all heading into the top of the 5th. All right, just been informed by our technical team here that we have been experiencing some issues with the cameras. So I'd like to apologize for everyone on our behalf for that. Hopefully we've sorted those issues out now and that you can see the full field out there. Pitchers and catchers. If not, please let the team know as soon as you can. All right, so here we are. Top of the 5th. I believe it's top of the 5th. They haven't changed the scoreboard out there. But we have Sabrina Nihoy at the plate. She's been on base once already today. There's the inside pitch, yep. Good eye in there. Still have Chelsea Hawks on the mound for Stuttgart. I'm sure she's put in a bulk of work this weekend for Stuttgart, Rachel.
Yeah, she seems to have thrown quite a few games. I'm not exactly sure of the number of pitches she's thrown, but she's certainly worked hard.
Yeah. Chelsea snapping them in there, but just not hitting the strike zone. So Sabrina, yes, very good batter here. Very patient. It's just what you want to see when you've had a 5-0 lead and you've just let the team back in it. 5-all. Important thing is to get on base. Start all over again.
Yeah, they're at the top of their order as well, so this is what she's good at, isn't it? Long turns at bats, making the pitcher work. And yet this is the hardest time now. It's up the middle.
Little grounder. Short stop there. Slow grounder, but out at 1.
Yeah, it's hard to, after being in the lead and then dropping the lead, it's really hard to come out and be confident and get a hit. And I suppose this is what the difference is between good teams and really good teams, is they always have that belief that they can come back, and that doesn't really matter if they score as long as you know you can score.
Yeah, so that's 1 out. We got Christina Nielsen at the plate. Christina's hobbies, just looking at her profile here, is suntanning and traveling. Very interesting. She's currently at university right now studying sports science. So looks like Christina is one of the young players that Kevin Stockford's been talking about in his team, mixed with youth and experience. Good eye there. So the last two batters for Denmark have been very patient. Obviously, Coach Kevin and Henrik have been telling them to be patient up there after just letting the team back in. Well, it's very good. So full count on the batter here with one out. Nobody on base. Whoa, just outside, strike three. I think the batter knew it was there, but didn't like it, hoping that she'd get the walk. This brings Trina Hillhouse to the plate. Her date of birth is unknown, but she's played with the Danish national team for almost 20 years now, so she is the veteran on this team for sure. Oh, and she smacks one right back up the middle. Past the pitcher into center field. It's a shame Denmark couldn't get their previous two batters on base there. Trina's hobby, funnily enough, is knitting clothes for homeless cats. I guess you need that when it's awfully cold in Denmark. So at the plate is Alexandra Angelo. Just looking at all these profiles here for the Danish team, it looks like a lot of the girls have just discovered softball accidentally by just walking by a field, wherever they live in the local area, and just getting involved. So I think that's part of the inexperience they have, that haven't grown up playing it all their lives, whereas a lot of the Americans on Stuttgart may have. And there's a ground ball to short, who throws a second for the force out. And we'll take a timeout.
Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach.
All right, so we're in the bottom of the fifth. By all accounts, this is going to be the last inning, I think. If it remains tied after this, it'll be going to a tiebreaker due to time constraints. At the plate is Regina Leichst. Regina's number 6 batter, so Stuttgart's got the bottom of the order coming up. It's no reason for Denmark to take their foot off the pedal here. They need to be ready for a hit anywhere in the lineup. Just because they're 6, 7, 8, 9 in the order doesn't mean they're not going to get hit.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the good teams have batters all the way through, and yeah, just because you're down the bottom doesn't mean you're not going to get a hit. Just might be that you're not a big home run hitter. You're probably more likely to get the singles that they desperately need to be able to score this vital winning run.
Ooh, shortstop. Oh, that both second and shortstop calling for it there, almost collided, and in the end nobody got it. By the looks of the position of the sun, I think shortstop was in a bad position to catch that. Running towards second, sun in her eyes. I think that realistically, since it bounced between the two of them, was probably second base ball, don't you think?
Yeah, probably second base. One of them should have had it. The fact that neither of them went for it, that's concerning for me as a coach. I want my players to want the ball all the time.
So Stuttgart, bottom of 5. Runner on 1 with no out. We now have Colleen Fenton at the plate. Colleen hits a slow grounder to short, force out at second. It's a close play. I think if the runner had slid in there, might have been safe. When you go in there standing up on a play like that, I think the umpire is going to call you out automatically.
Yeah, it certainly makes it a much easier call for the umpires, and it doesn't break up the double. So it's good practice to slide into a double, make sure that it kind of makes it harder for the fielder to throw it on to first base.
Yeah, regardless of whether they're going to make that throw over to first, I think you need to be going in there to try and break it up anyway. That should be your priority. Obviously, you don't want to take out that second baseman, but some people play that way, others don't. And there is a flare out to right field, out of reach of second base. So we now have first and second with 1 out after a hit by Cosette Puckett. Brings the number 9 batter, Jin Hee Oh, to the plate. Jin Hee is originally from Los Angeles, but lives in Stuttgart because her parents work and live there. And there's a bunt foul. Good play by Sabrina to let that one go as it's spinning in foul territory. So Jin Hee can afford to get out, move the runners to second and third with the top of the order coming up. I think that's what the Stuttgart coaches are trying to do here. Rachel, would you agree?
I would have thought so, but she started the rally in the last innings. She was the first runner that came around and scored, so she looks quite speedy, and anything to the right side now will help to push the runners around a little bit.
Yeah, I think a bunt would still be good in her situations. That's probably why she's the number 9 batter. She's probably not very strong in terms of getting that base hit, but here's a good situation now after that pass ball, actually wild pitch. We have second and third with 1 out. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes though, so we'll see what happens here. Still got 1 out. There's a pop fly, second base. Yep, nobody's advancing, so 2 outs now, top of the order in Tenley Getchman. So we'll see what Tenley can do here. First pitch down the middle. I think obviously Tenley's trying to get her eyes in on this. Doesn't want to be too nervous up there and just swinging at everything. She wants to make sure she's got her pitch. That obviously wasn't. Now it's 1-1 with 2 outs. And there is a blooper out to left field. It definitely scores 1. Here's the second runner coming. Safe. 7-5 Stuttgart. So there you go. Anything can happen with 2 outs. And timeout's been called by Coach Kevin Stockford here. So I think Rachel there, Stuttgart showed some resilience battling back from 5-0 down. Denmark's not been able to add to that 5-0 lead initially, so it's a tough situation for Denmark at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit gut-wrenching when you're up 5-0. But they haven't scored since the second innings. So really, if you want to win this game, you've got to keep your foot down the whole time. You can't afford to let it up because the other team will always keep battling. Change of picture here.
Yeah, so Kevin's decided to mix things up. Sabrina Nihoi is in to pitch. So while Sabrina's warming up, I'll just take a minute to think about what's going on here, because I think there are some time constraints here, so they might just finish this game, or after this out, just let Denmark bat and see how it goes. Sabrina, as I mentioned before, is a partner of Coach Kevin Stockford, one of our GB men players. She got into softball because her boyfriend forced her. So interesting. Her hobbies are eating bacon, and we all know how good Danish bacon is. Fake bunt, runner on the move to second. That was definitely fake bunt. See what happens in a situation like that, and catcher dropped the ball. That was a called ball anyway, so I think the catcher just got distracted by that batter bunting. Yeah, same thing again. Called strike though this time. At the plate is Shannon Nam. So get 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Runner on second for Stuttgart. Change up there to Shannon Nam, but a little bit high. Shannon's originally from Honolulu, Hawaii. She got into softball because her mother made her do it. But she loves it. And there's a 3rd strike. 3rd out. Game is called. So at the end of that inning, 7-5 for Stuttgart. Game is called.
I play hard, and I never stop playing. No cheats, no shortcuts. And I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a 2-piece bat. That's why I use Zeno year after year. And that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you. Beautifully powerful.
I just didn't think to get the profiles in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the game's been called due to time constraint here, but I'm not sure Coach Kevin Stockford is... Not sure Coach Kevin Stockford is happy about that. So a bit of a delay here on the final decision, actually, but I think the game is over. It's only 20-3. Next game's supposed to start at 3, but that is confirmed game over. Stuttgart 7-5. Yeah, so Stuttgart are the bronze medal champions in the London Cup. Closing ceremony will be at 5 o'clock after the final gold medal game between London Angels and GB Select. Just like to thank Rachel for helping me out during this game, and good luck, Rachel, in the next final. Final starts at 3 p.m., so we'll be back just before 3 in approximately about 15 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Good night. That's fine. I don't know their names.
The Academy is designed to
Whatever, you know. Yeah. Okay.
There's other pool rooms down on the left there. Straight down the left of where that play area is, the fenced play area. And past the scoreboard. Yeah.
Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications to suit you. About our courses, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner newsletter for British baseball and softball nightly during the season. The latest news straight into you /Hot Corner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple and birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Xeno year after year. And that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple or birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab it.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Xeno year after year, and that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit Baseball Softball UK coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple and birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Xeno year after year, and that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple and birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Zeno year after year, and that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple and birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Xeno year after year, and that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple and birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
Farnham Park between GB Selects, who are the home team, and London Angels, who are visiting. Sitting beside me is the world famous Kevin Stockford, coach of the Danish women's team, who just lost a heartbreaker 7-5. Kevin, so what are your thoughts on that game?
Well, I thought we were right in it to the end there. I think a couple of mental errors out in the field sort of cost us the game in the end, but I think both teams were fairly even matched.
That's good. So you guys are just getting ready to head to the airport, I see. So was this weekend useful for you in your build-up for the Europeans?
Yeah, like I said, we've basically targeted this to being our first building step towards that European Championships, and we sort of had to split both our squad into two different teams for two different tournaments. Obviously, the London Cup here this weekend, and then the Baltic Cup held in Slough in Sweden. So it's a good opportunity for all our players to play a whole lot of games before we get there.
That's great. Thanks, Kevin. For those who don't know, Kevin is also starting catcher for the GB men's national team, who will be going to the World Championships in a couple of weeks. And Kevin, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm just excited that we got the wildcard entry to enter there, because I feel that our team's very competitive at that level. And it was disappointing at the Europeans the other year, but now I think we're mentally ready to get out there and beat some of these teams at that level.
That's great. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Safe travels home. We'll see you soon, yeah? Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. GB selects are on the field first, so batting for the Angels will be Sylvie Valdi, Chris McLeod, Michaela Solcheva, Barbara Killer, Marketa Solcheva, Simona Sellers, Leandra Simitovic, Kat Kirby, and then Simone Zertschmitten with Kim Hennison. So here's the first pitch, and it's a swing and a strike. Leadoff batter, Sylvie Valdi. Pitching for Great Britain is Carling Hare. Strike two. Sylvie did not like that pitch at all. So joining me for the commentary on this game is Michael Lee, who is also one of the GB men players going to the World Championships in a couple of weeks. And as I speak, Carling has struck out the first batter, Sylvie, bringing Christmas Cloud to the plate. So, Pi, as you're better known as, how have you seen the game so far today? Have they been good quality, good day out?
Yeah, there's been some decent software this team. Sylvie's just gone down there with 3 straight strikes, which isn't ideal at the start of the game, but and that one's just been popped up to third for 2 outs. But yeah, I expected a good game between these two teams. They had a good game earlier today, and I think they'll really go at each other in the final here.
All right, thanks. Yeah, and Michael Lee will be traveling to Saskatoon for the World Championships in a couple of weeks, and I guess you'll be looking forward to that yourself.
Oh, I can't wait, Steve. It's a privilege and an honour to go, and it's such a good time as well. You go away with the boys, you play 1 game a day, and the rest of the time you just get to hang out and chat and pretend you're professionals for a couple of weeks. It's a whole heap of fun.
A Christmas Cloud popped up on a bunt attempt there, so we have 2 outs now with Michaela Silcheva at the plate. Carling GB pitcher, I believe, is living in Holland at the moment, playing over in the Dutch league there.
Who do you know she's playing for?
I'll have to look up her player profile, but I'll get you to do that for me. Thanks, Pi. Stitch me up there. Oh, that's a bit high and outside there. Plate umpire for this game is Bridget Cameron, all the way from Nambour, Australia. She currently lives in Edinburgh, studying law up there, doing her PhD, I believe. There's a foul ball off the backstop. Third base umpire is Jess Sandhu, well known in the British circles here. And the first base umpire is Lewis Hamilton from Lower Hutt, New Zealand. So we have a great variety of representation from across the softball world here, all the way from Australia, New Zealand, Europe. And Carling strikes out Michaela for 3 up, 3 down, top of the first.
Carling's she's at Utrecht at the moment, and I'm trying to think what team that is at Utrecht.
Well, we'll look that up on YouTube somewhere or Google it. But I think at the moment here we've GB just finished first after beating London Angels earlier 13-1. But at that moment, London Angels didn't have a strong team because they were automatically in the final. They just wanted to rest all their players. So joining us now on the bench here in the commentary dugout is Prisca Lepron. Everyone in Britain who played slow pitch here will know Prisca. She is currently living in Paris. She's French by birth anyway, and she was here with the British bat team. So Prisca, just tell me a bit about your experience here this weekend. What do you think of these facilities?
Hi Steve, it's a very nice field for us to play. We really don't have fields like that in Paris, so we're very happy to be here. It's amazing.
And do you think you come back again next year or coming years?
Definitely, we will come back and hopefully with a stronger team, because today it was a little difficult for us, but it was nice to see a softball like that, and it's amazing again.
That's great. So pitching for the London Angels is Kim Hannison, and the batter for GB Select is Chelsea Robinson. First pitch is a strike. So Prisca, I guess it's been a while since you've been back here really to play some softball, and I guess it's good to see all your old friends.
Yeah, it is very nice. It's been pretty much 10 years, and I think I will try to come more often and play with you guys a little bit more, because softball here is really more interesting than in Paris. We've got more players, more teams. It's very nice.
Yeah, so as Prisca's talking there, Chelsea led off with the double to right center field off the fence. So GB Select looking in good position here. And we got Laura Harai, who is a fantastic player. I think, Pi, you will agree. You've seen her playing the GBFL.
Yeah, she's an outstanding player for someone her age. She's awesome. Good to watch as well. She's fun to watch.
So, and there's a running bunt, which has gone foul. So Prisca, tell me, what's the league like in France where you are, or is it just around Paris and the surrounding regions?
Well, actually, we have 5 teams this year playing, and most of them have new players. So we are trying to rebuild softball in Paris and around Paris. It's quite difficult once again because we don't have many fields and many coaches, but we are trying hard and we're getting better, and it's nice.
Well, and there is a fly ball out to left field, caught for the first out. Kat Kirby caught that one out in left field, all the way from Australia, Kat. So we've got one out. Amy Wells at the plate here. Amy's been around for a long time in the softball fold. There's a line drive in the left field. Advances Chelsea to third. So it's going to be an interesting situation here, what we do with Carling Hare at the plate. Carling looks like she's a strong batter. We got a timeout here. So Prisca, tell me, how did you get on yourself personally? How did you do this weekend with the competition compared to what you see back in Paris?
Me personally, or my team, you
Your
mean?
team.
My team. My team, I think, did all right. We have, 6, 8 new players. So I hope we weren't too bad competitors for all the teams, because for us it was nice. So I think we did all right in comparison to the team we have, obviously, and without a pitcher. So
Yeah, sure, that must be difficult, but I'm sure Bob Fromer and all the organizers appreciate having your team over here. We obviously need to get more teams come over and enjoy this. So here's the first pitch to Carling, and the runner steals second. Obviously, they're not going to throw down.
Why have the conference if you're not gonna make any play on that situation? I don't understand, Steve.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Pi. Yeah, I don't know why they called the timeout and then didn't talk about throwing that short to second base to cut off to throw the runner out at home. But I think the runner wasn't going anywhere at that point.
No, well, just a strange play, especially this early in the game. Why not take the chance and try and make an out?
Yeah, it's early in the game, but I think they just want to get some hits. They realize they got a strong batter up, so they're probably counting on her to get a single or something. So Prisca, you're going back tonight. What's the rest of the season like for you? What's your plans for your team?
Well, actually, it's almost over for us. We have an extra weekend where we're going to play the finals of the Ile-de-France, which is Paris and the area finals. And sadly, because we don't have a pitcher, we cannot make the French Championship this year. But we finished 4th last year, so hopefully we can manage to do something next year again.
That's good. Well, while Prisca was talking there, Kim managed to strike out Carling. bringing Amy Hutchison up to the plate. Looks like a foul ball. Yep, it's definitely foul. So Amy Hutchison is one of the other GB pitchers for the GB under-19s, but pitched every game yesterday for GB Select. So she's taking a rest today while Carling takes the reins on the mound. Ooh, strike. I don't know about that one, Pi. What did you think of that call?
Well, yeah, it looked like it just missed inside maybe, but yeah. What was the call? Was a strike, right?
Well, it looked low to me. I don't know. I got one eye, so I can't tell. Inside. Yep. It's got 2 balls, 1 strike on Amy here. Foul ball. So 2-2. Kim certainly doesn't want to give Amy anything good here, Pi. I think, let's see what she comes up with now. Ooh, full count, Pi. I don't know what you think of that.
Well, I mean, Kim's not going to blow anyone away, but she's trying to hit a spot. So that one was just high. Yeah, it's hard to get Amy now. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe try and pitch round her and try and get to the next batter. So the bases will be loaded then. So.
Oh, and there is foul ball. That was
inches, inches foul. That was a base clearing.
Softball is a game of inches, just like curling, right, Eric?
I concur.
So we still got full count, 2 out. Runners on second and third. So, yeah, that one was just tailing away off the bat. Strike 3, inside pitch. Great pitch. So, Angels managed to get out of that one. So it's time for a commercial break.
Pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this. No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid.
Priska.
It hits like a pro,
don't know,
just like me.
It
won't break.
A member of the London Angels, and I'm sure you'd rather be out there playing right now in this gold medal game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would love it. Actually, I was playing for UNF, which was previous to Angels. But I'm very happy to see that the team came so far and now is playing the final.
Yes, well, the London Angels are using this tournament to prepare for their European Cup escapades this summer. So we've got quite a few players out here who are preparing for European competitions. So up at bat is Barbara Killer. Okay, well, thanks very much, Priska, for your help, for commentating today. We'll see you later, and safe travels home.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hey, we got Barbara Killer up here. Pi, we've seen her in the GBFL League a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, this girl can play softball. She's catching for the Angels today, and she can drive a ball. She drove a ball in the game before when they played these girls. So I'm expecting her to have a good at bat, at least at the minimum, a good at bat. So we'll see. And when that team takes the field again, the batter runner re-enters for the runner. I've not made it too clear there the batter hitter comes back in for the runner is what I meant to say.
Yeah, so I think once
She's out.
she's out the game, that runner, unless she comes back in, then Marquetta will not be able to come back in the lineup.
That's right. That runner's now out of the game, and the girl she came in for, I think it was Michaela. It was Marquetta. My apologies. It was Marquetta. So she's now, if she comes out of the game again, she's out of the game for good. So she gets one more opportunity.
Thanks for that explanation. While Pi was rambling on there, Sean Wigginton struck out, and that brings Susie Hall to the plate. Susie looks at the first pitch strike. So, Joe, would you be coming back next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Our team would love to come back to this tournament. I might be moving from Germany next summer back to the United States. It's possible, so I'll have to hand off the program. I'm already in the process of doing that, actually. But we hope that the program will continue at Stuttgart, and this was a great tournament to come to. And it's actually not horribly expensive to fly here from Stuttgart on discount airlines, so it's not really that bad. The organizers set us up with a nice hotel, and our players were able to afford to come here and play in this tournament. We would love to come back.
That's great, Joe. Yeah, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and safe travels, and I hope you enjoy Windsor or wherever you are tomorrow.
Downtown London, yeah. Or down London, yeah.
Give me a call.
I will.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, Steve.
That's great. Thanks. So Susie Hall still up at the plate. 2-2 on the batter. Well, foul tip. Thanks again, Joe. So bottom of second, Susie Hall at the plate, and 1 out, no score. Pi. So bit of a scrappy affair.
Yeah, still scoreless after 2 innings, considering the previous game where the GB team put on, I think, 5 or 6 runs in the first couple of innings. That subsequently changed. Susie reaches on an infield hit there. I think there's a change in picture from the first game. That might be the difference. Like I said, Kim's looks like she's hitting her spots and got a little bit of movement there. So it's keeping the GB girls contained at the moment. We'll see how that develops.
Right, so Susie reaches on an infield hit. Slow roller, really, there. That was a tough play for anybody, and Emma Harris is at the plate. Looked like she was going to bunt there. I don't know, what would you do in this situation, Pi, with 1 out?
I don't know if she was looking to bunt. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Susie's going to reach on a steal. Which, yeah, I'll try and get that runner across the second base in this situation.
Oh, there it is. Late bunt. Out at 1. And Susie's safely at second, so Emma Harris. Sacrifice bunt. Springs Amy Trask to the plate. On deck is Chelsea Robeson. Chelsea is the daughter of the coach for the London Angels, which is Roy Robeson. You know Roy quite well, don't you?
Yeah, good friend of mine. Good old friend. But when I say old, I mean he's old and he's been a friend for a long time. And feel for that boy's down, and that is an E6 right there, Steve.
Yeah, I think we saw that in the other game too, where the shortstop had trouble seeing the ball in the sun. And the sun at the moment where it's positioned is probably right in their eyes.
Oh, I don't know, Steve. I reckon that's in the sky. I don't know. I think you should be making that play there. I'd be a bit disappointed if I was the Angels on that on that play.
Okay, yeah, maybe a left-handed shortstop with 1 eye might drop it, but you expect someone with 2 eyes to catch that.
Yeah, well, hey, look, she'll be disappointed with that play. That's a chance of an out there, and to hold the runner at 2, and now we've got a girl at we've got split runners on the corners and Chelsea up to bat. So they're now in a tough position because they didn't make that out, and she won't be happy.
So what do you think they're going to do here? They've called a conference on the mound.
How many outs?
We got 1 out. 2 outs, sorry. Yeah, I can't see the umpires in my way.
Yep.
Conference on the mound, and wow, that's interesting. Runner didn't go to second, but it looks like the Angels were switching up and doing the cutoff play behind the pitcher, throw the runner out. So probably a bit of action here.
Yeah, well, she threw up that time, so they were expecting a steal. That's what they were looking for. Ball goes down. No runner movement. Yeah, what's that, 1-1 now? 2 outs. Should be free to hit, right?
I guess with 2 outs, a bit of a risk to try and steal and kill a rally. So
Yeah, yeah. It's good decision making, Steve.
That's what it's all about, yeah. It's a game of inches, this one, and there's a comebacker to the pitcher. There you go. Third out, no damage, 0-0 after 2. Coach Roy Robinson in his bright white jacket there. Pretty happy about that result. Yeah, so we're going into the top of the third. London Angels hopefully can get something going here. We'll have to.
Where are we in the order, Steve?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, there you go. So, Pi, you can handle the GB player profiles there. Tell me a bit about Carling, who's on the mound. What's
Some Carling's from she's from Vancouver. She played for GB Women at last year's ISF Women's Worlds, where the women didn't do so good, but she pitched a dream. She pitched her socks off. So she's a good player, and I'm just looking at her profile here. She wants to go to the Olympics in 2020, which is 4 years away. So, and if we get back in, which is. I'm hopeful. I've got a good feeling about this one. I think with it being in Japan, I think there's a real good chance that they'll force that issue and softball will appear again, along with baseball.
Do you think men's softball will get in the Olympics?
With baseball there, I don't think that's the case. I'd like to see it as a Commonwealth game. I don't see no reason why that isn't the case, especially with the Commonwealth countries performing so well. Well, they're the best in the world. Canada, New Zealand, Australia. Those teams are up there. So I don't see why that shouldn't be a Commonwealth game, along with ourselves, of course.
Yeah, Great Britain. I mean, you've been to the World Championships 2013 and going to the 2015 in a couple of weeks. So, yeah. Men's softball should be on the world map other than just the Worlds. It should be in some prestige event like the Olympics or Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, in America they have the Pan American Games as well, which is additional to the Worlds. So I think the Commonwealths could do with something there, as well as if not the Olympics, which I don't think it'll ever be the case. Perhaps with the Commonwealths. Who's up to bat now, Sal?
Well, that Sylvie Valdi just struck out on a pitch way out of the zone. It brings Christmas Cloud up to the plate. Chris is a fellow Canadian. He's from Barrie, Ontario. Somewhere up north of Toronto. Once you get outside that Toronto area, nobody really cares, do they?
No one knows.
No one knows where she's from. But anyway, Christmas Cloud has kept the London Angels club team going for a very long time. So it's people like her that we owe a lot of gratitude to for keeping teams going, keeping the league going, and people like yourself, Pi, who stepped in to do the management of the GBFL this year. I think a lot of people have really appreciated your help.
Yeah, I was there, and there's a lot of other people that put a lot of effort in, and more than myself. It's it's not a one-man machine. Well, it looked like it was under Stan. When Stanley was running the show, everything came down to him. Nowadays, there's probably 4 or 5 people that are having a significant input into the success of the GBFL, and it needs that as well, because not one person can do everything all the time. That's not the world we live in at the moment. People have a lot of stuff going on, and so you need to get a bit of help every now and again.
Yeah, I think Christmas Cloud there bunted and thrown out at one for the second out. And I think, Pi, to be fair to Stan, he got the league going again when there was no league. And, he asked for help. And I think that's why you're involved and other people are involved. And that's why that fast pitch softball is growing by strength for people like Stan, yourself, all the volunteers, that are helping out. It's really good to see. So we've got Michaela Silcheva at the plate, and she didn't. No. She's still up. She wanted that one, I think.
Yeah, that was a good one. She's looking at that one, thinking, "Man, I should have taken that one." I see a lot of those, Steve, when I'm in the box. I watch a few go past me that I wish I'd had a hack at. That's for sure. And that's the trouble there. You miss a good one, and then the next pitch comes down. That was up and probably outside, and she just fouls it off. You know, that she shouldn't be going for.
Yeah. Right. So we've got 2 outs here, and Misha, she's better known. Michaela Silcheva. Oh, looks like she was going to slap it, and took one off the wrist actually. But I think the GB Select managers aren't going to come out and argue that call because she really didn't break her wrist or swing attempt at that.
Well, no, that hit her bat, Steve. That was a foul ball. I don't. The umpires. I don't know what she's done there, but saying that the GB coaches aren't up in arms about it and not on the field, so perhaps I'm wrong. I've got a good viewpoint from here, though, Steve.
Yeah, you do. Probably better than mine with your 2 eyes. Anyway, that brings Barbara Killer to the plate. Let's see.
We should be scoring, shouldn't we? So how did Barbara do the last at bat? I think there's a ground ball on the infield, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. And swing and a miss there. Looks like she's pulling her head out on that one, keeping her eyes on the ball.
Yes, another one of my specialties, Steve. Yeah, you need to watch the ball right into the club.
There she goes. Yeah, pop up back to the pitcher, and that's 3 out. So time for a commercial break. All right, you want to get Kenny in?
Yeah, sure. Sacked.
Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball?
Farnham Park. We are now on the bottom of the 3rd inning of a 0-0 game here. As I say in England, 0-0. I would say 0-0. Wouldn't you, Eric?
Zilch.
So Kim Hennison still on the mound for the Angels. Just like to apologize to everybody for the technical difficulties we had there. We lost the feed there for a while, but we are back online. So hopefully you can see a good game the rest of the way here. It's still 0-0, so really haven't missed much, to be honest. So up at bat for GB Selects is Laura Harai. Laura's a sneaky batter. She's a small girl, but she's tough to pitch to. Yeah, Laura is on the under 19 and the under 16 team. She's that good. And I've seen her perform in the GBFL league here, and she's made some fantastic catches in the outfield. And her batting is right up there with the rest of them. So she is a player to be reckoned with, and I think the future for GB women's softball. And she's got a good eye, that's for sure. So she's looking good at the plate at the moment. So there's a strike on Laura. So her background into softball is that she was actually playing baseball first, and someone asked her to come and play softball. So I think that was a good find for the GB program. Ah, there's a strike. I think she knew that one was down the middle and one for the taking. That's a shame. So, at the plate now is Amy Wells. Amy Wells is a Loughborough University student, and they recently won the University Softball Championship. So we've got someone here with some experience as well, having played softball for a long time. Her ambitions, not so much personal ones, but for softball in general, are to see softball back in the Olympics for the women. So Amy is batting third in the lineup, playing shortstop. Very good softball player. I've seen her grow up over the years from a preteen player coming along, playing with senior people, and developing fantastically. So here she is now playing with the GB Selects, and I believe she's going with the GB senior team to the Worlds, to the Europeans. There's a strike. She didn't like that one, a little bit on the inside. Ooh. She thought about that one, but just a bit low outside. Not for her. Amy's got a good eye on the ball. She knows what she wants, so she's not going to go swinging just at anything. Oh, yeah. Staying alive there. Just trying to stay alive. So Michael Lee has left these parts for now. So just want to thank Michael Lee for joining me for the first half commentary. And there goes Amy Wells hitting one the shortstop. Play out at first. That was a close call, but I think probably a good call. So Amy's out at one. So joining me now is another GB men's national team player, Kenneth Pregnells. Kenneth, what are your views on the softball that you've seen today?
Welcome, Steve. It's quite good how they've all come together this weekend. GB Selectors put a pretty decent team in here. We've got some good pitching that's come in on their behalf. I think Angel is doing quite well at the moment. Very good solid fielding. Also, I believe the score still 0-0 here. Each innings we've had runners in scoring position. So there's been some good defense keeping that at bay. But I don't expect that can last too much longer.
Well, there's a shot up the middle that shortstop couldn't get. There was a defensive change there, which none of us caught. So we'll have to get Bob Fromer, the stat man, over to tell us that change. Umpires didn't come and tell us, so not sure who made the move there. But it looks like, yeah, third base, Marquetta's not there anymore. It looks like Milena. Yeah, that's Milena at third base. That's, I think, the change. Is it Cat? Cat Kirby. Right, sorry about that. Right, so basically what's happened there is Cat Kirby's come in from left field. Marquetta's gone out to left field from third base. So, and there's Amy Hutchison, rips one past the first base, Milena. And now we have first and second with two out. That was a bit harsh. I don't think Milena really made an effort there. I don't know about you. Looked pretty... either that or it was just too fast for her to catch.
No, I think she definitely could have had done better on that. She possibly stayed up a little late last night. I'm not sure.
There's Sean with a little blooper over shortstop, but that doesn't look like we're going to advance, and you certainly don't want to be going from second to home on just a short ball like that, especially with Marketa Sulcheva in left field. She's got a cannon. Don't you think, Kenny? You wouldn't be going...
Definitely. I think she puts a lot of men players to shame, to be honest.
Yeah, she's definitely a very strong player, that's for sure. She's got a stronger arm than me. I know that for sure. So here we are, bases loaded.
2 out.
And 2 outs. Oh, a little blooper, just a second. No run scored. So at the end of 3, it's still 0-0. So as I've said, Kenny Pregnell is joining us here. Kenny is one of the GB men players. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on the prospects for GB men coming up in the Worlds in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, well, the way we entered the tournament was we got a wild card, so we finished 4th at the Europeans. But personally, I think we'll possibly, well, time will tell, but I hope that we will finish as the best European team. That's my number one aim, is to finish as the top European team over there. Ideally, would like to make it through the top 8 into the qualifiers, and from there anything can happen. But a good result for us would be sort of top 6. That'd be, I think, going back on record, the best we've achieved. So as a team, I'm focusing for a top 8 finish.
Right, that's great. And I guess, how have your preparations personally gone yourself? I know you are playing the GBFL, and you've been to Zeiss recently, where the London Meteors just returned from. And how do you feel you performed so far in the GBFL and Zeiss?
So for us, it's always a challenge. A lot of our players are from abroad, so to get together as one and perform as a team, we can only really achieve that in the lead-ups before our tournament, when we're actually together in Canada. So we have to do a lot of our preparation individually, and for that we've had a few tournaments away where we've had some good results. We come 3rd in Zeiss, and individually the players who are part of that team have performed pretty well, so that's been a good setup. But coming up to Canada, we've got a quite a solid preparation tournament that's been arranged for us. A few international games, a few club games who are actually quite good. So I think we're all looking forward to that.
All right, well, that's good. Yeah, we're always look forward to seeing a good output there for the GB men. While that was going on, Kenny dragging on with his chat there. Milena bunted, but was thrown out at one. Simona Sellers at the plate here, bunting. Great play by Chelsea. That's the second play she's made. Looking fantastic out there. I'm sure her dad, who's coaching for the Angels, standing at 3rd base just within earshot, is giving her a few words of encouragement or not. That must be a tough situation, but I'm sure Robbie is very proud to see his daughter playing so well out there. So now batting is Leandra Smitovic. So it's still 0-0 at this stage. We've got 2 out, top of the 4th. And another bunt. So that's 3 bunt attempts in a row and 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. I'm not sure what Robbie Robison's up to there, Kenny. Maybe you can enlighten us a bit why he might be trying to do something like that.
I think he's run out of ideas, Steve.
Well put. Straight to the point. I'm sure he's just trying to mix it up, trying not to give GB Select too much, to think about comfort zone. Right, so let's see here. We got Kim Hannison still on the mound for the London Angels, so a bit of a pitching battle here. But there have been runners in scoring position for both teams. So it's been a good tight game so far. It's what we want to see in the final. good action everywhere, and I'm sure the organizers are happy to see both British teams in the finals. So we have Susie Hall at the plate. So we'll see what we can get started here with the 7, 8, 9 and the order for the GB Select. Well, that was a bit low, that one. Susie Hall swings, pops that one up. That could be trouble, but no. Well played there. Second base. So Susie Hall pops up to second base. It brings Amy Trask up. Amy was originally born in South Africa. She's at Durham University at the moment studying physics. And how she got involved in softball was through baseball. And she realized softball was much better, and so she made the switch. Amy's got two brothers that play baseball in the GB men's program, so there is an athletic family there, and I'm sure she's looking forward to representing GB this summer. And there is a line drive, right center field, and she stumbled going to first, but no matter, outfielders got to the ball relatively quickly, and she ends up with the double. So number 9 batter, Amy Trask gets a hit there. That was a solid shot there, Kenny.
Yeah, it's one thing you don't want is your lead off getting on, particularly when they're number 9. Now you've got the top of the order coming through here. Looks like she's going to bunt.
Right, yeah, that's Chelsea Robeson up at plate. Chelsea, yeah, originally from Zimbabwe, but living in Newbury, Berkshire. She's, great swing there, but just a little bit inside for her, I think, but she tried to turn on that, just couldn't connect. Chelsea's quite a good athlete. She plays rugby as well, and she plays on the slow pitch team with her father, so quite an active father-daughter relationship there playing softball. There's a little bit of chin music. Nothing wrong with that once in a while. I think, Kenny, you've had a few close calls yourself.
Couple inside, mate. We say keep it out of the kitchen. But, that was hits a shortstop there from Chelsea, out at 1. Basically the same as a bunt, but now we've got the runner advancing around to 3 with 1 out.
Well, that's 2 out now. That's the second out. They're not too quick at changing the outs on the scoreboard there, Kenny. Don't worry, I'll let you get away with that one. So we've got a runner on 3 again for GB Selects with Laura Harai up at bat. Laura, again, very good. So you can see the Angels first and third base are playing it quite tight because they realize that she's a quick runner. Probably will bunt. Not very strong batter, I think, in terms of hitting it out of the park or anything like that. So they're probably expecting a bunt or a slap hit or something like that. Kenny, I don't know. What would you do in this situation? 2 outs, runner on 3.
She's actually very skilled, Laura. She's. I expect her to put it on the grass here. Oh, there we go. There's our first run scored through an error from Kirby at third base. Just a poor throw over to 1. I think she's quite upset with herself there.
Yeah, well, that's it. Even though she was playing in, bit of pressure on that with the speed going up 1, and a bit of an overthrow. So things like that will happen, and got GB Select on the scoreboard now, 1-0, and that brings Amy Wells to the plate. Laura advanced to second on that overthrow. So Amy Wells is batting third in the order. It's be interesting to see the GB selects made up of a lot of youth against an experienced London Angels team. I think the London Angels really want to start putting some runs on the board, consecutive hits together. They've not really managed to do that. GB selects have had all the runners on base pretty much in this game, even though it's still 1-0. They've not cashed them in until just now on that last little play by Laura. There's Amy. Oh, that could be trouble. Tailing away from the right field. Oh, great catch. Fantastic catch there for the third out of the inning.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
Have you been inspired?
All right, we're back. So we're going into the top of the fifth. We've got Kat Kirby up at the plate. So as mentioned before, the GB program's got a lot going on this year. We've got the under 16, under 19 women, and the senior women all going to various tournaments, with the under 19s going to the Worlds and the 16s and seniors going to the Euros, and the men as well going to Saskatoon in a couple of weeks for the Worlds. But must not forget about the slow pitch team, which is going to Bulgaria for the Europeans as well. So they're going after, I believe it's a record 8th in a row. Eighth or ninth gold in a row. So, slow pitch softball is the highest participation sport of the softball genres, I guess you could say, Kenny. And so a lot of action there, a lot of depth in that program. It's good to see that they're continuing to roll over the competition. There goes Kat with a bunt and out at first. So GB selects are really looking comfortable out there, Kenny. I think the London Angels made a few mistakes. It's only led to one run against them so far, but I think it could be worse for them. But London Angels need to really put some pressure on GB selects here.
Well, I think it was in the second or the third innings. I think London Angels managed to get loaded bases. But I think they're just trying to mix things up here and just going for the short game. But the GB selects seem a little bit too on top of the defensive games for that to be working at the moment. So they need to maybe just go back, work on getting the leadoff runner on base and then advancing. Given it's only a 1-0 ball game, I think the Angels are definitely not out of this yet.
Yeah, so we got Sylvie up at the plate now after Simone was thrown out at 1. So we have 2 outs. First strike to Sylvie. Christmas Cloud is on deck there. We'll see if she gets up the plate here with 2 outs. There's a bunt. Good bunt, but out at 1. I'll tell you, GB Select, like you said, Kenny, are looking really strong defensively. I think the London Angels and coach Roy Robison are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the GB Select, and they're coming up trumps at the moment defensively.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they got nothing else to throw at them at the moment. I think we've got Chris up to bat next. That will be coming into the 6th innings. We'll see what they got left. But yeah, definitely at the moment, GB Select are showing that they're by far the superior team at the moment.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, these games are timed anyway. 90 minutes, no new innings. So what that means is after 90 minutes, if the game is tied, then they will go to tiebreaker rule. But at the moment, we're in the 5th inning, making pretty good progress. I think we might get 7 innings in. At least the Angels might get their at bat in the 7th inning. But if they don't score anymore, that won't mean anything. So. Okay, at the moment we have Carling Hare at the plate. So she's up in the batter's box here, Kenny. So there's a bit of a risk if she takes a big stride here. She steps out of the box. And, well, yeah.
Actually, yeah, her front foot's actually stepping out of the box there. I'm not sure the umpire is actually noticing that. She's definitely qualified enough to be on top of that. But all you do need is just any fraction of the foot to remain on the line is considered in the box. So you should have to make an entire foot off the line there to be out of the box.
So that's a good point, Kenny. Yeah, there's a lot of people may have seen where some batters get called out even though they got a safe hit. Umpires call them out because one of their feet have been out of the batter's box. So as long as they, like you said, they got a portion on the white line, that's good. No, she's just done a fake. Yeah, 3 balls. She wasn't expecting much there, so she advances to 1 with Amy Hutchison coming up. We now have a change runners at first base now. So you don't want your pitcher really running around the bases too much, do you? In case they get injured, and you want to try and keep them safe if you can. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point you say there, Kenny, about the umpires there. I think they're all well qualified, all the umpires that we've seen here, especially Bridget Cameron. Yes. Bridget, just so you know, is a GBFL umpire, and there's a ground ball that's short and just the force at second. So, yeah, well, as I was going to say, Bridget, originally from Australia, living in Edinburgh, has been umpiring in the GBFL for a couple of years. She's qualified as an ISF umpire and will be going to Oklahoma to represent the BSF as an umpire over there with the GB under 19. So I think she's looking forward to that fantastic opportunity. And there is a blooper out to left field, and that's a single, first and second. With 1 out, and a throwing error, no, and Amy Hutchison safe at third. Sean Wigginton makes it to second. Well, as you said earlier, Kenny, errors can kill you, and the Angels have made a few. It's only led to 1 run, but at the moment, second and third with Susie Hall at the plate. And there's only 1 out, so it could lead to a few more runs here.
Well, that's the difference when you get your leadoff runner on the base. It just puts so much more pressure on the game. They managed to get the out at second, but still, you're 1 out, runner on 2 and 3 right now. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, Susie Hall. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Susie currently is living in Texas. She's at college, playing softball over there on a part scholarship. So she's got some experience. We'll see what that can do. And there you go, single into right field. And that scores only 1 run. And I really don't know what the Angels are doing here, where they're throwing the ball. But it doesn't look too good for them at the moment. 2-0. Emma Harris. Yes. Yeah, Emma Harris at the plate here with Amy Trask on deck. So it's been pretty much throughout the order, the GB Select contributing in some respect to getting runners on base. So Susie Hall just staying on first base, not really trying to create too much trouble. I guess you don't want to do that when you're 2-0 up and 1 out. You just want to keep a rally going, Kenny. You don't want to be a rally killer, do you?
Well, there she goes, Steve, just on your command. It looks like she was waiting for you to say that before she took off. Well done. We're batting 8 and 9 here, so one thing about this GB Select is they really can bat through the whole lineup here. You know, we've got Emma here, and she's quite a solid batter. I would expect her to get a... Oh, there we go. I would expect her to get a hit here, and then we're through the order.
Yeah, right on cue. Susie decides to steal there when I was saying she's staying put. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, commentators don't know anything about softball, do they? And there is a fly ball, going to be a tag and a play at home. And Marquetta's got a good arm, but it's up the line. No, didn't get her. And Susie advances to third as well. So 3-0 with Sean Wigginton coming in to score. So we have 2 out. It's 3-0 for GB Selects Amy Trask at the plate. So I think it'd be fair to say at this point, Kenny, though, that the score so far is reflective of who's really been a better team.
Yeah, I think GB Select have the better pitcher, and I think even Angels would agree with that. When you've got a pitcher of that quality, it's quite difficult to score any sort of run. So I think it was the second or the third where Angels actually loaded the bases up, failed to convert, but that's been their only real chance in this game at the moment. And GB Select on the offense have just been chipping away at the runs throughout the game and done quite well with it.
That's a foul ball from Amy Trask there. So we'll be approaching the hour and 15-minute mark in a minute here, and I think London Angels will need to pile on the runs next inning if they want to stay alive in this game. Because I'm sure if GB Select keep this rally going and then get another one going the bottom of the 6th inning, then that'll probably be all she wrote for the Angels. Oh, just spit outside. I think it's fair to say that the umpiring has been very good this weekend, just like the weather. By all accounts, haven't heard any grumblings about either. And typically it does rain in the UK a lot, but we haven't had that this weekend. It's been fantastic weather. Scorching heat wave on Friday, 25 degrees. What were you doing Friday night, Kenny? Well, I think Kenny was training out for a run, getting ready for the Worlds, the GB men. So, oh, Amy reaches out for one, and Milena lets that one go. Milena Boriseva at first base from Bulgaria. Her lifetime softball ambition is to beat the London Meteors. I think that goes way back to her time in the GBFL, and the London Angels have always struggled to beat the London Meteors, so she's got it in for our men's team. And there's just a punch hit, and oh, another error. Errors are just killing the Angels. That is 4-0. Susie Hall comes in to score on just it looked just like a slap, not even a slap hit, just punch hit, Kenny. I mean, is that something you would do yourself?
Do you mean the error or the slap hit, Steve?
The hit, of course.
Yeah, you know, I think the short game is definitely underrated in fast pitch. So many options at the plate, but we see there the number 9 batter. Really, that should have been an out. You can't have your number 9 batter getting on with an error. It just brings up Chelsea here at the top of the lineup, which is not what you want to be doing right here at 4. What is it? Through 4-0 now in the 5th. And there we go. We see a good example of Chelsea, what she's capable of putting that one deep on the center field fence, and thankfully for the Angels, that was caught.
All right, well, it's time for a little short break there as we end the bottom of the fifth, 3-0 for GB Selects.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
It's the top of the sixth here. We're back. It's top of the sixth, 4-0. And we got Carling Hare still pitching for the GB Selects. And tornadoes suddenly hit us here. Our tent's about to blow away. Eric Jansen's doing a fine job of holding that down. And Kenny is doing a great job of holding on to my player profile sheets. That's it.
The fifth or top of the sixth?
Well, I believe it's top of the sixth. I think scoreboard's making the change there. They're a bit slow. I'm not sure they get paid much out there. I think, you know, just volunteers. So anyway, we have a change here.
Yep.
We have Joel Whitley. So we just had an example of the re-entry rule. Carling Hare got a hit. Ella Henson went in to run, and now Carling is back on the mound. It's a little bit of a change up there. A bit low. Joel, experienced fast pitch player from Canada originally. Part of the London Meteors B Cup winners. European Cup winners a couple of years ago. So a bit of experience there. Ooh. Blew that one by her. Not even sure Kenny Pregnant would have hit that one. Well, maybe Kenny, definitely not Michael Lee. Swing and a miss. Strike three, batter's out. Yeah, GB Select certainly looked like a polished team out there. I'm sure the London Angels have had a lot of softball this weekend, probably a bit worn out. Being a bit older, I know what it's like. My knees go after 2 games, usually. Not sure I can handle 6 in a weekend. Right. So we had Joelle Whitley batting for Christmas Cloud there. I think Santa was calling her. And Michaela Sulcheva now at the plate. Experienced player from the Czech Republic. She's been around in the UK for many years. On deck we have Barbara Killer. So I think, well, there's a shot out to left field, a little short. It's down, and she's gone to second. Oh, the throw was there, definitely well before the runner, but she made it. And I think Kenny, is that just a positional error on the second base? She was in front of the bag, but should she kind of be to the side maybe to sweep that tag?
Yeah, I think she tried to reach out in front of the base. She needed to position herself a little later and let the ball come to her rather than reach for it. But she's only young out there, and she's got a lot to learn, and she's doing very well at the moment.
Yeah, that's Sean Wigginton out there at second base. So the Angels got someone on. Hopefully it's not a bit too late. 1 out, top of the 6th. They're down 4-0. Barbara just swings at a high one there, a little bit out the zone, I think. Inside. Barbara's a solid softball player. We've seen her during the GBFL there, Kenny, I think, and she also pitches, I believe.
I think she's one of those players. She can catch, she can pitch, she can hit, she can play any position. So if there's one person at the box you want is Barbara, but unfortunately for her, she didn't quite deliver on what she wanted to do, I'm sure.
There. Kenny's described she didn't deliver, ground ball out at first, but she's advanced the runner. But I think at this late stage in the game, the London Angels need to get a few more runs than just one. So at the plate now is Milena Borisova. Solid ball player in her own right. She's, as I said, got a problem with the London Meteors men's team, but she lives and learns. Anyway, I think what she really needs to do here is get on base any way she can, keep putting the pressure on the GB selects, and work through the order. Solid swing, but just foul. Yeah, it's not too late to come back, but I think, Angels are running out of time. So, only got about 7 minutes to go before the 90-minute no new inning time. And I think Angels' only hope really is to get a big rally with 2 outs here to keep this game going. Otherwise, I think this game will be over soon. Following this gold medal game, we'll have the closing ceremonies, give out the awards. And I think we've got a timeout here. Kenny, you wanted to add to something there?
Well, I was just going to comment on Milena's at bat. I think she put herself in a difficult situation here. She swung at the first ball, which was actually a ball, and then she watched the next pitch, which was a strike. So just her selections there put her in 0-2 count, and now she's forced to have to be wide in her zone and go at anything that's coming close. And you see now she's fouling off anything in and around the zone. So if this pitch, this 0-2 is still the count. If this pitch is smart, she'll just start throwing them wider and wider on her and watch Milena chase her. So I think they really should be able to get her here and close the innings out.
Some of the international assignments for British umpires this year. I know 1 or 2 you mentioned already.
Oh, there she goes, Kenny. Caught looking. And like you said, she put herself in a pressure situation there. Right, so, we mentioned before some of our GB softball teams that will be playing at various Worlds or European tournaments, but we must not forget the people in blue behind the plate and the bases. I mentioned before that Bridget Cameron will be going to the ISF Junior Women's Tournament in Oklahoma. Jess Sandu will be going to the European Super Cup Men's Tournament in Prague, and we know that's a very good tournament. In the last 2 years, they've changed that format to be, instead of 2 tournaments, A and B, into 1 Super Cup tournament, and then after first few days, they split off to A and B. So it gives everybody a good chance to play, and this year, I think it's very exciting, Kenny, that the Junior All Blacks are coming over to play in Prague. So that really raises the profile of European softball. So I think that's really good. What are your views on that?
I think it's only positive. I think the more that we can interact with the Southern Hemisphere, the better it is for European softball. They're obviously quite dominant with New Zealand and Australia. I think Australia's won, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last 4, I think they might have missed out on the last one, but the under-19s, Australians have won the last 3 or 4 World Series, so the more we can interact with them, the better.
And David Hurley, who is the GBFL chief umpire and also chief umpire here at the London Cup tournament, he's going to Czech Republic for the European Junior Men's Championships. Yana McCaskill is going to the Premier Cup Women's Tournament in Prague. And we have at least 3 other European slow pitch umpires going to European tournament in Bulgaria. I think Leslie Morsetti, Daryl Pittman are going. And Hans Darnan. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Don't think I've met Hans. Anyway, there is... Oh, fantastic. That was Laura Harai. Smacks went out to left center, and to me that looked like it was a good throw, but that was cut off, and I think if that went through to second base, I might have got her. I'm not sure what your views are.
Yeah, that was an example. That was Laura, who's up to bat, who last time grounded out to third base. I was expecting her to put it on the grass, and that's what she did this time. She's quick around the bases, but yeah, I think if that had have been let through, she would have been out at 2.
Yeah, it just goes to show the execution might be a bit lacking on the side of the Angels here, but I think that's what this tournament's all about for their preparations for the Europeans, and I think Coach Robbie Robertson will work them through that. Kim's not sure if she's getting a bit tired, but you know, she's had a couple of long innings there out in the mound. It's hot out there, and we're in the bottom of the 6th, still 4-0, but runner on 2, no out for GB Select. There's a strike. Looked a bit low to me, but I'm not an umpire.
And you've only got one eye, Steve.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kenny, but you know. That's gonna be caught. Oh, and she's gone. And man, that is incredible. I mean, the right fielder was playing short. She didn't really attack that ball at all from the outfield. But maybe she doesn't have a strong arm. But Laura is quite quick as well, so Laura's on third base. Only 1 out. And, there's a pop-up shortstop. It's got that 2 outs. Laura's not going to chance that one. So, Michael Lee's joined us again after his little break there. Amy Hutchison up at the plate here. So, see what Amy can do. Oh, that looked like it was going to be at the backstop there, but great grab by the catcher. No damage done, no runs scored. See what the GB Select can do here. No, a little bit inside there, Pi. So, what was the view like from over there when all those runs scored? I mean, you left, it was 0-0, and all of a sudden the game's changed.
I don't know what to say about it. Actually, nothing to do with me. What I do know is that the Angels have been trying to play the short game, and I don't think it's been working for them. I think Robbie, the coach, needs to let them get at the ball.
Don't you mean Roy?
Oh, Roy, yeah, Roy.
Yeah, but they made a few errors as well, I think, which cost them. I mean, sure, GB Select deserved to be up, but a few errors have led to more runs than the Angels wanted.
Well, errors cost you, eh? That's the way it is. Doesn't matter what level you're playing at. If you make an error, it's gonna cost you at least 1 run.
That's right. Yeah, when you're playing against teams of this quality, that's it. So we're going into the top of the 7th. Score is 4-0. So this is really the last chance for the Angels. I'm not sure what their strategy will be here, swinging for the fence or try to get a few bunts down. Well, we'll see what Coach Roy's got up his sleeve. Anyway, I just want to say hi to all my friends out there in the world, especially Wesley Knapp, who keeps texting me to say things aren't working so well, but we've got things back on track. Thanks, Wes. I'm on the ball here. You know, I'm here where it's at, so I know what's happening. Yeah, Jenny Fromer also sent me texts to say great job on the web streaming, but I don't think I could have done it without the team behind me, Trevor, and the BSUK YouTube TV channel, and then the additional help from the expertise of some great softball players and Kenny Pregnell and Michael Lee. I know that those words bring a tear to your eye, don't they, Pi?
I wasn't listening, sorry, Steve. I was watching the game. Just Carling's really going at these last batters from the Angels. Well, I assume last, but there you go. Fly ball to the shortstop.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, Carling wants to shut this down. This will be the last inning unless the Angels or last at bat for the Angels, unless they can manage 5 runs to keep the bottom half of the inning going. Yeah, that was the first out. Ooh, she's really getting it through there. Swing and a miss, though. I think GB Select be happy to see this game come to a close, 4-0. I want to finish this one off. I'm sure there'll be a lot of excitement. I don't know, Kenny, Pi, what do you think the attendance is here? Have you guys done a count out there?
We're in the tens. We're in the tens. Definitely. We're up there.
The tens, like 90s?
There must be 100 people here, I suppose.
And that's not bad for Farnham Park. I think, I'm not sure how much advertisement went into this tournament, but I think from all the teams that have been here, the feedback we've had is it's been really good competition. And we just need to get it out there a bit more and get people coming out. Yeah, I think we couldn't have done this tournament without our sponsor, Dougie Colson. He's been a fantastic support. He coaches the Chromies slow pitch softball team, but he doesn't forget that the roots really lie in fast pitch, and he wants to give it all back, and that's why he wanted to sponsor this tournament. He was approached by Bob Fromer, and if it wasn't for Dougie, this probably wouldn't be happening, this tournament, because there's a lot of logistics that need to go into this. So I think big hand for Dougie. I think we got a word from Dougie later as well, pre-recorded thing. Yeah, and we like to thank our volunteers who work the fields. Larry Russian, Jeremy Thomas. The fields looked in fantastic shape all weekend, and watering down the dirt as well, making it look really smooth, raking it, brushing it. So we've got 2 outs. Yeah, we got two strikes. Pi's keeping his eyes on the game, so I'm glad he's here, keeping me on my toes. And ooh, Kat Kirby takes almost one off the kneecap. She got kneecap there almost, but yeah, here's she's just got to stay in there and give it a good old fair crack. I think she's got to give it a good rip. Oh, third strike. Oh my God! But yes, that's well put there, Pi. I mean, what happened there?
Well, I'm not sure they can close the game out. I'm sure they'll be okay. It's just a drop first strike, and Kat scamped up to first base, and the throw was a little bit off, and she's reached, and now we've got a runner on, and Simone up.
Yeah, anything could happen here, and I think that will teach you all out there on third strike to never give up. Kat realized she had 2 strikes, called third strike. Oh, right back to the pitcher. Third out. Ball game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. The final score after 6.5 innings: GB Select 4, London Angels 0. So, Pi, what are your thoughts on today's game so far?
That was a good game. I was just getting ready for the 7-inning stretch there, Steve, and they've gone and stopped it. So, but yeah, it's a good game. It's good battle between the two teams. Got opened up in the fifth there, and that sort of shut it down. But up until then, it was tight.
Yeah, it was. I agree with you there, Pi. Kenny, what are your thoughts so far today?
Well, I think it was a good weekend all in all. I think for those out there watching this on TV, if you've enjoyed it, you should shoot Steve a text message. Just let him know how well he's been doing and how much you've enjoyed it. He'd appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny, for that. Anyway, I think we're just going to get going here on the closing ceremony. So we'll take a little time out and stretch our legs here. Thank you.
The Academy is designed to help young players turn the off-season into an opportunity to becoming a better, stronger, and fitter athlete. This is a great time to make improvements in your game, and our excellent Academy staff will be on hand to help you do it. Registrations will open for the Academy in September, but to find out more information, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/academy. The BSUK Academy. Maximize your potential. Baseball Softball UK offers coach education courses for those wanting to coach baseball and softball. From entry-level activator courses through to levels 1, 2, and 3 qualifications, we have a course to suit you. To find out more about our courses and the benefits of becoming a BSUK licensed coach, visit baseballsoftballuk.com/coach. Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in the game. Whether you're at home or on the road, make sure you're up to date with all the latest from British baseball and softball. BSUK's Hot Corner is the official newsletter for British baseball and softball, released fortnightly during the season as we bring you the latest news straight into your inbox. Sign up now at baseballsoftballuk.com/hotcorner-archive.
There's a lot of conversation out there right now, wondering how do you find the best wood for maple or birch? I'd say there's two things to look for. One's the Louisville Slugger logo, and the other is the MLB Prime ink dot. This ink dot means that it's certified for MLB play. If you don't see that on your bat for maple or birch, you're not swinging the top bat. So leave your mark, grab a slugger.
I bring it all to the plate. I bring my love for this game. I bring the perfect feel of connecting with a three-piece bat. I bring power with a thinner wall and stronger barrel, and the confidence of a larger sweet spot. So bring the heat. I own this. I'll show you beautifully powerful. I play hard, and I never stop training. No cheats, no shortcuts, and I never let my team down. I've got the power of a tougher, thinner barrel wall, a larger sweet spot, and the confidence of wielding a two-piece bat. That's why I use Xeno year after year, and that's how I bring it home for the team. I'll show you beautifully powerful.
No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this. No one plays like I do, because no one trains like I do. No one except my MLB hybrid. It hits like a pro, just like me. It won't break under pressure, just like me. Together we've got the power to rake, hit after hit after hit. My MLB hybrid will quit when I do. Never. Because I own this.
Have you been inspired to take up a new sport? Or maybe you've played baseball or softball before and you want to find a new team? The BSUK website has all the information you need, and whether you're new to the sport or just a seasoned veteran, we can find the right club for you. Visit baseballsoftballuk.com/finder and discover how you can get in.
Okay, you guys can all come a little closer because I feel like you're very far away. Okay, various people have to go and get planes and trains shortly, but I think we've had a really good weekend of softball. We've had the best of British weather. It's all about competition. That's what we all need more of in Europe, and that's what we've had this week. So very quickly, we're going to present the awards. The 5 teams in the tournament, the team that came 5th, but I think had a good time and played some good softball at times, Bat Paris from France. The team that finished 4th place unfortunately had to get down to Gatwick and get a flight home. Let's give them a hand, the Danish national team. The 3rd place team that again played some really good softball over the weekend. I think was a little bit unlucky not to perhaps get to the final, but they finished as the 3rd place team, Stuttgart Select. So the final came down really to 2 local teams that have played all season in the rather strange and wonderful Great Britain Fast-Pitch League. And the team that started the tournament extremely well but wound up in 2nd place, the London Angels. before we give out the first place trophy, we have some individual awards. Following the kind of ESF procedure, we have best batter for the tournament, best pitcher, and MVP. All three of them have come from the teams that contested the final. The best batter award, Chelsea Robeson. The Best Pitcher Award. These awards, by the way, are based on the round-robin games. We look at the stats, and the final doesn't count. But over the course of the whole round-robin, the best pitcher, Kim Hannison. And then we have the Most Valuable Player Award for the tournament. So it's a player who has contributed offensively, defensively, in all kinds of ways. Most Valuable Player for this tournament, Amy Hutchison. The idea of a GB Select team or a GB Combined team was really to give GB players who are in the UK as much practice with good competition as possible before they go to various tournaments around the world. This team was mostly the GB Under-19s. They are going to World Championships in Oklahoma City. If they could perform like they did in the final, they're going to be fine in that tournament. But we also had players from the GB Women's team who are going to European Championships, and together they played a really great final, and they won the tournament, the GB Select team. It only remains to say that the London Cup was held this year for the first time since 2012, but we want to do this as often as we can. And next year, the London Cup will happen on the 1st to the 3rd of July. There'll be 2 or maybe 3 American 18 gold teams coming over. We hope teams will come from Europe. The GB Under-19s will certainly play. And we hope to see a lot of you then. But for the meantime, have a great trip home. Thank you again for coming. It's been a great weekend.
Come on in. We're going to see the cheer on the count of 3, okay? 3, 2, 1.
We start streaming.
One more time. 3, 2, 1. Much better. Thank you. want to say, you'll lose.